Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to episode number 94 here on season 1. Woo! Six more episodes, and the background is going to be done. Actually, yesterday, I spent the entire time ripping off some plywood and then vacuuming out the little crevices. So it's getting all prepared. So actually, the next few days will just be pre-recorded episodes. I apologize, but I am going to answer all the questions that should get me caught up. And then episode 100 as we'll bust into it. I'm thinking we might do a live stream if I can get that worked out. However, if not, it'll be like a really, really good episode. So, anyways, let's go ahead and get into it. So to stash buy at market price, this question comes from Mzox210 or Mzox210. He asked, hello Keith, can you do a video about stash investment? When you put money into stash, where do they buy the percent at? Do they buy at market price, or since you only buy a small percentage, it doesn't really matter? Let's say I put $5 into ROBO, which is a I think it's the Robot Rising ETF. And do they buy at market price, or do they wait till it comes down? So those are all very good questions, Mzox. First of all, the simple answer to that is yes, they buy at market price. Funny story, I called them earlier today on the phone. It's called Stash, and I spoke to the Stash people over there, and I've had an awkward conversation because it was like, hey, usually you call customer service with like a complaint or something's wrong with your account or something, and I was like, hey, I don't know the answer to this. Like, do you guys know, like, do you buy when Stash purchases a share, is it at market price, or is it like when it goes down? Like, what's the answer? And it was kind of like, yeah, we buy at market price. And I was like, okay, thanks. And they're like, that's it? And I was like, yeah, bye. So anyways, super awkward, but it makes sense that the shares would buy it at market price instead of when it goes down or something like that. Because Stash is not an active trading broker, or they're not even like a active like securities holder or anything. Like, it's like, they're not trying to get you the best price. They're offering you services in which you can buy ETFs and buy percentage of ETFs while giving you investment advice on long term. Where, like, honestly, like, in the grand schemes of things, like, if you think about it, if a stock is like 30% undervalued, like, what's the difference between it being 30% and then, so say it was at, like, it's supposed to be at $100, but it's actually trading at, like, I don't know, $60 that day. What's the difference between getting in at $6 and $60.04 versus getting in at $59.94? Like, in the grand scheme of things, when it goes back up to 100, we're talking pennies. You know what I'm saying? So it's not really that big of a deal, like whether they buy it at the low or buy at the high. It's actually they buy at the market price at that certain time. And then, so if they were to like try to buy at the best price possible that day, they would be charging you a ton more, because it would be huge liability in case they weren't able to get into a trade that day, or whatever it may be. They missed the spot that they wanted to get into, and so your price per share is way higher than what it should have been, or whatever. So it's a huge liability for a Stash. So it makes sense that they're just like, look, we're going to do it market price, and that's it. So to sum it all up, basically your shares are fulfilled at the market price of that time. So if you purchase it, so if you buy it after the market closes or the night before, it'll be purchased, I believe, at 7 to 7:30 or so the next day. And then if you purchase it if you purchase it when trading's open, so when the stock exchange is open, it'll be purchased later that day at like around 2:30, 3 o'clock my time, which, or actually would be like 1 o'clock my time, or 12:31. So yeah, 2:30, 3 o'clock is when it will be purchased, basically. So, and that goes the same thing with percentages as well. So when you buy, like, say you put $5 in, it's going to buy $5 at whatever the market price is at that time. So you don't get any special discounts for it. I believe that they probably actually, when you do a percentage, I believe that somehow, I think that either the ETF or somebody else is making out with that. And so I think it might be better for you to buy the entire share. That's something I'm going to have to look into, like whether it's better to buy the entire share or put it a percentage in. Honestly, we're talking probably pennies and nickels and dimes here. So I don't think it matters a whole lot. All we need to do is continue to focus on the long term and continue to make those monthly, daily, weekly, bi-weekly deposits, reinvest the dividends, and continue to grow that stash. And I will see you probably in the next 10 years. No, I'm just kidding. I will be here tomorrow and the next day, and I cannot wait for episode 100. Let's go ahead and dive into the question of the day, and that is, what superhero power would you most like to have? And that would be the power of invincibility. I guess that's plain and simple. Yeah, invincibility would probably be it. I would like to have, ultimate strength and paired with like invincibility. So like kind of like, I guess, the Hulk or Superman. But yeah, I think invincibility would be awesome. Like that way you could just be like, yeah, whatever, I'm invincible. Like shoot me, I'm invincible. With that being said, though, I would also like the ability to not feel pain, because I feel like invincibility, like someone shoots you, like it's still gonna hurt like heck, but you'll be like, whatever, I'm gonna like heal from it. However, the inability to feel pain paired with invincibility would just be crazy. And these questions, I swear, they always get me. Anyways, and if you guys have any questions regarding Stash, Acorns, or Robinhood, as well as general investing advice, business, etchy, or coaching, feel free to post it down below, and I will get them on the next episode. And until next time, don't forget to subscribe up here and check out my 1.5-year Stash review. And then check out the other video right about here. And until next time, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it.